For every single answer you are looking for, there is a question that retrieves it. But the problem is, too many people never find out the question. Too many people let the same thing go round and round in their head. They let the same problems bug them for years and years and years because they never find this question. They never, therefore, find the answer. If this in any way sounds like you, if your head feels like a bit of a fuzzy mess because there's just some things in there that you're trying to figure out, that you feel like you've been trying to figure out for a very long time, this video is for you. These are 5 questions that I regularly meditate on, that I regularly journal on, that will hopefully find you the answers that you are looking for. First off, when I say meditate, I am not prescriptive with this. It could be you sat in a chair just staring into space. It could be you lying down. It could be you on a beach. You can be wherever you want. You can have music on. You can not have music on. You can close your eyes. You can open your eyes. It doesn't matter. The main thing that matters is that you're away from your phone and you're away from other distractions that are going to get into your head. It's just finding some kind of clear space in your calendar, in your head, for you to be able to just process one question at a time. And when I say space in your calendar, it doesn't need to be hours and hours. This isn't like booking in an hour that you're never going to fit in between meetings and whatever else you're doing. It could be 5 minutes. It could be, I've just finished a task. I've smashed through something I really wanted to do. And now I'm just going to focus on me and I'm going to shut my eyes and I'm just going to think about this one question. First question is, what do I know for sure? And this for me is about finding my truth, especially if I'm in some kind of situation where there's some fear around, there's some anxiety around, there's some worry around, there's stuff going on that I'm not really sure about. What do I know for sure helps me find the certainty in uncertainty. I used this the most in March of 2020. The social media agency that I now sold, that I was running at the time, we lost 25% of our clients in 1 week and everything was like, what is going on? So journaling then and meditating then on the question, what do I know for sure, led me to realizing that I had all these things that I could use that I wasn't using because I was caught up in fear and caught up in the worry of what was going on at the time. So as soon as I meditated on that, I was like, oh, I've got a team still. I've got a mailing list. I've got expertise. I've got ideas, and I can put all these things together to create something new. And so it just meant that I found my truth and I got back to a sense of control and a sense of certainty. The next question is, what do I want? There was another time at my agency where I was in a situation where we had a bunch of the wrong people in our team. We had a bunch of the wrong type of clients. We were doing work that wasn't really up to the standard that I thought we should be doing our work at the standard of. And there was a time where I definitely felt like, oh, why is this all happening? And then what I realized is I was in a complete victim mindset. And so for me, what do I want just helped me get out of this victim mindset, and it helped me get intentional about it. So if you start to meditate on what do I want, it stops you playing the victim. It starts you taking ownership, and it gets you aligned to your version of the solution rather than just being led by what other people are doing or what happens to be happening at the time. So what do I want? It sounds like such a simple question, like so freaking obvious, but how many of us actually say to ourselves, what do I want? The next question is, what can I subtract? There is a bias that says that every time we feel a little bit like we're out of kilter or something isn't quite right, we often try to make things feel right by adding. So we add new possessions, we add new processes, we add new things to do, we add new people to our team, we add. And addition bias is what is making this happen. The problem with addition bias is that we end up adding more and then we have less time and less space and we don't actually get to the solution because we've just made ourselves more busy. And often in the first place, the problem was that we were too busy. And so the opposite of addition is subtraction. So this is a journaling or a meditation exercise around the question, what can I subtract? What can I stop doing? What can I do less of? What can I remove from my life so that I create space for what I want? I really like the idea of finding the decision that removes 100 other decisions. So imagine that you've got this project that you want to do and you're thinking, do I add it in? Do I not add it in? Does it go with everything else? Does it fit? And then imagine if you eventually got to the decision that you should just not do that project whatsoever, or you should completely park it. What you might find is that that is the decision that removes 100 other decisions or 1,000 other decisions, because now you don't have to decide all these 10 things that you had to decide related to this one project. And actually removing it is better because it allows you more focus time for the stuff that you're already doing that you know could be better if only it had the time. So what can I subtract? Creates a lot of freedom when you answer that as a question. The next question is, what if this was easy? I feel like I can sometimes go around thinking that if something's too good to be true, it probably is. And actually, that is not true. Not everything has to be difficult. Not everything has to be graphed. Sometimes that's a clue that we're not using our ace cards, that we're not playing to our strengths, that we're just trying to make it difficult because there's something about it being difficult that means that we feel like we've earned it and that things shouldn't come easy and it shouldn't be able to flow. Another problem with going around with that belief is that we can be closed off to easy solutions. So if something presents itself because it's aligned, because it's the right thing to do, it can be like, oh no, that's too good to be true. And then we ignore it and then we miss it. And then that's not good for anyone either. So what if this was easy? If this was easy, what would be happening? If I was playing to my strengths, if I was using all my ace cards, if stuff was just flowing my way in this aligned way, what would it look like? Meditating on that for me means I know what I'm looking for. And then there's something about naming it that makes it so much more likely to come my way. The final question is, what if I wasn't afraid? So I'm in Cape Town, South Africa right now, and there is a gorgeous Nelson Mandela quote, and it is, "May your choices reflect your dreams and not your fears." If we operate from our fears, we make the wrong decisions. I've done so many things. I've made so many plans based on fear and then realize that I'm just playing too small and I'm letting fear win. In a business sense, it might mean that we cut costs, that we don't hire that new person, that we take things slower because we're preparing for this future of scarcity. And all that means that we do is we invite that scarcity in by acting like it's going to happen. And that is a classic example of our choices reflecting our fears. But if our choices reflect our dreams, we do hire that new person because we back ourselves to get the new clients to fill that person up, or we make our decisions based on love and based on possibility and based on abundance, and that is just so much better. So meditating on the question, what if I wasn't afraid, not only tunes our minds in to a more abundant, loving channel far, far away from fear, but also it means that we're in that more visionary mindset to be able to feel inspired for our next steps and not just creating a way forward based on lack. I love that question so much. I write this at the top of a blank page, and do this, all of them. Write it at the top of a blank page. What if I wasn't afraid? And then just doodle, free flow. Don't make any judgment around what you're writing down. If writing isn't your thing, just find a space to sit or lie down, get comfy, shut your eyes, have that question in your mind. What if I wasn't afraid? What if I wasn't afraid? What if I wasn't afraid? And let your mind just go to all these places of what you would do and see where it leads. And don't give yourself any judgment on anything that comes up. Don't feel in a rush to Google anything or write anything down, because it doesn't matter. You're just letting it flow. You're just letting your mind wander. Often at some point with each of these questions, it gets really uncomfortable. You might be a few minutes in and you're starting to feel like you want to check notifications, or you want to get busy in some way, or you want to start doing the action, but don't. Keep going, because this is where it starts to get good. This is where you find the answers in the next level down, and keep going deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper until you get some proper breakthroughs and proper epiphanies. So that's it. They're the 5 questions I meditated on that honestly changed my life. It was about finding stillness, avoiding distractions, trusting that I had all the answers there, trusting that my subconscious knew what to do, that all the times that I had been busy, my default mode network was processing information, whirring through, figuring it out. And in order to retrieve them, all I had to do was ask the right questions. You are the same. You have all of these answers already there. It's just a case of finding them. It's just a case of tuning in to what your inner voice is trying to tell you. This was day 4 of me showing up every single day on YouTube for 30 days. Hope you enjoyed this video. Definitely add a comment below. Let me know which of the questions you like. Maybe you've tried some of them before. Maybe let me know after you have meditated on one of the questions what came up for you. Definitely hit subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you will see all the new videos as they come out, and I will catch you in the next one.